last couple of years, but when they play, they seem to be a little bit more competitive than the fellas. You know, you get into the whole Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark thing, so that rivalry makes you want to watch it, right? It's what made you want to watch the NBA, Magic versus Bird, Jordan against Detroit. You need those rivalries, and you need that hard. You know what I mean? You need that. I don't like your ass on the court in order for it to really be an interesting game.
Yeah, and then we've been in such PC culture the past couple years, the past decade really, where like you can have a reporter say, "Shut up and dribble" to a guy like LeBron, and then ridicule him for trying to win.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I ain't gonna say dude don't face no scrutiny unnecessarily. Um, but I mean, hell, I remember when Jordan dad died, they said it was because of his gambling debt. You know, they still say that shit.
Yeah,
So
that was a huge.
the scrutiny just come along with it. I don't care if you Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Caitlin Clark. If you consider Jay-Z, if you consider to be that guy, the scrutiny is coming with it. Period.
Yep, be ready for it.
Yeah,
Ain't
that's
nobody,
just.
ain't nobody pave no easy way for you to get here.
And even when you accomplish it, they're gonna try to discredit you. I mean, I can't think of people more discredited online than Michael Jordan and Jay-Z.
Yeah, I'd be hard pressed to find that.
They
But
be like, I'll be like, God damn, it don't even matter if you do it. They still finna come say you ain't shit.
bruh, for somebody to just know that they can't do anything with you and go out and kill you every night,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, over and over and over again, that's a way different, set of thinking.
yeah. Just
Capacity to get ready to play that game with without sitting down. See, that's the other part too. There's been a lot of times where LeBron um took rest days, pretty much.
management.
Yeah, however that looks, and but it doesn't help him when you got guys that's like Kobe and MJ.
Well, yeah, I think load management is really supposed to be for older players. So in this day and time, LeBron being in his 40s, load management is good for him. But when he was in Miami, the younger years in Cleveland, it was absolutely unnecessary because, like you said, availability is everything. You know what I'm saying? Like like you knew against a sorry team on a Tuesday night, Jordan was going to do something special. You knew
On
Kobe,
yeah,
they was gonna play. If they could play, they was gonna play.
right.
I'm like, yo, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really respect you playing for a living and being tired. I can see if you was a doctor and you had three shifts, three 12-hour shifts in a row. That's somebody who deserves to be tired. Or you're a teacher and you've been dealing with these kids who unruly and disrespectful. That's somebody who can be tired. But somebody who play for a living,
This all you do. This your job.
all
And
you
you
do is
need a
play.
rest day. You
Yeah,
want an off day to travel with the team.
yeah, that's corny to be sitting down if you can play. You know what I mean? I think that's real corny.
Yeah, man. We want to see what's we can get some more engagement on this because I knew that we were gonna have some. I think the conversation is around why you choose what you choose more than anything. Good. I don't think there's a wrong answer with such great players and great talent because if you
I do.
like you, hey, there you go.
I do. If it's not Jordan, it's the wrong answer.
Oh man, there it is, folks. Hey, your opinion is irrelevant if it ain't picking 2, 3. Keon said it. He said, "Man, hey, you're not picking right."
Yeah, I'm standing on it. And Kobe the closest thing to him. So how you gonna pick some other than Kobe right after him if everybody say he the closest thing to him, right?
And that's the real discussion too, right there. In all of that is putting it all in perspective for that part of the conversation, right? Because if like you just said, which is brilliant, and with such few words, if Kobe's the next greatest thing to Jordan, how is LeBron even in the conversation? You know
Well,
what
I mean, you got to think from a marketing standpoint, right?
I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
The most popular NBA player in the NBA is still Michael Jordan, G.
Yeah.
Even years after he damn retired. So when you're thinking about the NBA, think about before when Kobe was still playing, right? What was the comparison? Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Now that Kobe out of the league, what is the comparison with LeBron? Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Right? When LeBron is gone, it's gonna be John Morant, the next Michael Jordan, Ant-Man, the next Michael Jordan. Oh, he could be the next Mike. It's still gonna be Michael Jordan because the bar is just set so high.
What's the standard? Like,
I
don't even know what would it take to supplant MJ. I don't think that there's a way you can do it.
I think it's a way it can happen. You just got to be serious about what you do, and you got to do it. Like when you think about what Mike did, right? Like let's look at it. At his peak game, he was only signed to Chicago for 13 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
He broke his foot the second year, so he didn't play most of that year, and then he played baseball for about a year and a half. So my man only played on the court for about 11 and a half seasons, and he got 6 rings. Say, for instance, somebody come along and in a 10-year span, they win 7 championships and they just dominate the league for 10 years. That person can possibly be considered better, but you got to dominate in a way that we've never seen.
What if he just on a good team?
But that's what I'm saying. If you're on a good team, like when Magic got drafted into the league, right? The Lakers already had Kareem. They already had a squad, right? So all it took was Magic to jump on this team, and they won a championship. I'm talking about you got on the team like this year. Okay, say for instance a draft pick, the number 6-7 draft pick. He go into New Orleans, right? And New Orleans become a championship team.
Gotcha.
That's a hell of a difference maker. You understand what I'm saying? That dude came in and made such a difference. They in the championship this year, and then they just dominate for a whole decade. I mean, hell, people have come close. I mean, shit, Tim Duncan was a dominant goddamn player, G.
Yeah, because like if you look at LeBron, you can grade him on how he's improved multiple franchises.
Yeah.
You can grade him on that.
Yeah. But I can also say, okay, the rest of the guys who came in that we consider the greatest, when they retired, they had a dynasty. Is he gonna have?
Did LeBron have a dynasty?
Yeah. Is LeBron gonna have a dynasty? Did he lead a team to a dynasty? Like we can say Steph got a dynasty in LeBron's era.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's when we say it that way, there's a bigger argument for Steph being number 3.
Well, I mean, I tell people all the time, they don't necessarily like it, but I tell them, I'm like, LeBron ain't even cleared his own era. We still don't know who the best is in his era, Steph or him, because Steph did it what we consider the right way. One team, ups and downs. You did what I'm saying? Now, the one knock you can give to Steph is they'll say, well, he didn't win the finals MVP every time, which he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can say, well, KD helped him out. But on the same token, I'll say, well, Steph is 1-2 without KD. Did KD win anything without Steph? So you can't say that KD was the leading factor to those teams. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know what I mean? When I really look at it, I'm like, hell, Steph got a dynasty. LeBron ain't got no damn dynasty.
Man, that shit put that nigga over the top.
Who is that?
When them boys went 73 and goddamn 9 in 1 year.
Yeah.
It did put him over the top.
Wait a minute.
Championship.
Miami.
LeBron kicked that ass.
You know what I'm saying? Like
LeBron and Kyrie, nigga, that was the most masterful motherfucking series I've ever seen.
Oh, that was an excellent
3-1.
That shit was great. I don't think there's a better series, nigga.
That shit was.
I don't think that there's a ever in NBA history a better series.
That was an excellent comeback. I can't even.
Then them niggas, woo!
No.
Then them niggas that chase down block, and that nigga Kyrie at the motherfucking 3. Them niggas was gone. Them niggas was out they fucking mind.
Now
they wasn't even there, nigga.
You just said a key name. You said Kyrie.
Yeah, you need a Kyrie.
Kyrie was just as good in that final as LeBron was, G.
Just as good. He was the MVP.
He was the MVP. Yeah.
Did he win?
No. They not winning without him, though.
Because in that final game, in that game 7, both of them scored 27, bro.
That nigga had Steph.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Steph looking like how niggas be chasing Steph.
Oh yeah, I mean, Kyrie. To me, if Kyrie is healthier, I think Kyrie is a better individual player than Steph Curry, but he can't shoot as good as Steph. Steph can shoot. That goddamn stick, and Kyrie can shoot his ass off.
I don't know about that.
Nah, Steph the best shooter to ever shoot, man.
Yeah, that shit unreal.
Ain't nobody can fuck with that damn Steph shoot, man. Like nobody. But Kyrie got a hell of a shot. That's
If you was to put Jesus and Steph, I'm gonna put my money on Steph. Jesus about to get his motherfucker. He about to get his motherfucking lights turned off.
Yeah, Steph is something else, bro. And it's some good shooters in this era, but Steph is just something else, fam.
Man, that ain't man. I didn't think a human can perfect that.
But think about it. One of the reasons that we even watch Caitlin Clark is because she can shoot similar to what Steph Curry do. Steph Curry is a game changer, bro. He like Allen Iverson game changer. He like, you know what I'm saying? He like Magic and Bird game changer. He like Jordan game. He's a game changer. He changed the way you play the game.
Yeah, he's definitely a piece on the chessboard.
Definitely. So, you know, when you really think about it, okay, say for instance next year, say for instance Golden State come out and win another championship and that gives Steph 5 and LeBron 4. Is this conversation different?
I think it needs to be different anyway, because we gotta see who changes the game. We gotta really look at this shit like, if the NBA didn't have a LeBron, would it still be the NBA?
I mean, to be honest, both of them are game changers. We've never seen nothing like LeBron.
Well, what babies did LeBron birth?
Not as many as Steph. Guarantee you that.
Well, LeBron, in order to be a LeBron baby, you gotta have LeBron. Goddamn,
man, you gotta be strong as Karl Malone. You gotta be a freak of nature in order to do that.
How many babies did Jordan birth?
Shit, a bunch of them motherfuckers.
The whole league.
Yeah, you talking about McGrady, Kobe, Vince Carter. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of Jordan. You know what I mean?
There's no technique in that boy like that.
Yeah.
But Kyrie had that nigga mixing them niggas up. When that nigga was playing for Cleveland, nigga, he had them niggas on their motherfucking heels, stumbling backwards.
But you know, Kyrie's dad was I think his mom and dad was hella hoopers, right? But then Rod Strickland is his godfather. So this dude know how to dribble and do shit. Because when you look at highlights of Rod Strickland, it's similar to what Kyrie do. Kyrie just took that shit to another level, fam.
Kyrie been around high hoop pedigree all his life, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he like Steph. Both of them been around the game forever. But when you think about, okay, we talking about Jordan, we talking about Kobe, we talking about LeBron, right? Mm-hmm. Jordan had Pippen, Kobe had Shaq, Gasol, LeBron had Kyrie, Dwayne Wade, you know what I'm saying? Anthony Davis. You know, you can just name them. I'm not gonna count the Shaquille O'Neals because Shaquille was not the same Shaquille he was when he was with Kobe.
He had Dwight Howard. He did have Dwight.
Yeah, and he won a championship down there with Dwight. To be honest with you, I think if Dwight was still playing with the Lakers, they would be more in contention for a championship. I don't know why they ain't signing no boy, because they need somebody with that kind of size. Dwight is he's a good center still.
It's probably because he was a booty bandit.
Hey, I was like,
I knew your ass was.
Hey, I was just would
you want Dwight in your locker room?
Nah, he probably would make it comfortable.
You don't want that attention.
And you ain't gonna fight, nigga. That's a top pedigree slave. You can't fight that nigga off.
Yeah, you can stab him or something though. You can get him up off you,
bruh. And he widely regarded as one of the strongest players in the league.
Oh yeah, sometimes I ain't gonna lie. Who had the better peak in Orlando, Dwight Howard or Shaq? I sometimes believe it was definitely Dwight Howard.
It was Dwight. Shaq only played 4 years.
Yeah, but Shaq was a dominant damn 4-year player in Orlando. Cause he dominated, motherfucker.
He had them niggas make me want to go get some Penny Hardaways and them damn Reebok Shaqs.
Yeah,
fire shoes too.
And so who out of those guys, Penny Hardaway and maybe Grant Hill, could have been number 3?
I'm gonna say Grant Hill.
What you mean number 3?
If we accept that Kobe and MJ occupy the top 2 spots, right? And if we wanted to put somebody in number 3 outside of LeBron, I mean outside of those two, out of Grant Hill or Penny Hardaway, who would you say could be it? Could have been it.
The number 3 best player ever?
Yep. Out of those two guys.
Grant Hill is a bad motherfucker, boy.
Yeah, Penny was nice too, but I think Grant Hill had a better
You crazy? No, the Pistons?
Yeah, I mean, Grant Hill was nice even later in his career when he finally got it back together. You still seen him on the highlight joints, but at
Man, it was he unsung. You gotta say when you say Grant Hill, you gotta say shit like Derrick Rose.
Exactly. Yeah, because Grant giving it to Jordan. I remember Grant Hill was giving Jordan problems.
Yep.
Giving a hell. You gotta, them boys is unsung. It's like we don't know what you gotta say Dominique Wilkins. You gotta say, these boys got injured. That injury bug robbed them niggas, or even Greg Odom.
Oh yeah. Man, it's a lot of guys that the injured. Brandon Roy was one of the coldest motherfuckers ever, G. People forget about Brandon Roy out there in Portland. That dude was cold, but he could never stay healthy.
Yeah, his knees weren't worth a damn, I remember telling people when Derrick Rose kept getting hurt, I said he's gonna be like Brandon Roy.
Yeah, he peaked better than Brandon Roy, but I'm gonna be honest, out of all the basketball players ever, Derrick Rose getting hurt is the most disappointing to me ever, G.
Yeah. Let's see, my boy Christopher McClellan, Grant Hill, but by a very small margin. Him and Penny were basically the same player. Penny just had a better jumper. Yeah, his Penny's mid-range game was crazy.
Yeah, Penny was nice on the mid-range.
Grant Hill to me had the explosiveness of a Russell Westbrook, but but that mid-range game he had was just abusive. Like he used to do people real dirty, you know what I'm saying, inside the arc.
Yeah, Grant was something special. People forget about how dope he was.
Yep.
I think the mid-range game is a thing of the past.
Not really. When you look at somebody like DeMar DeRozan or Kawhi Leonard, like Kawhi won a championship on the mid-range when he won it.
Them niggas was born in the 80s.
Who that?
The early 90s and the 80s and late 80s.
Yeah,
them niggas is our age.
Oh
40,
yeah.
38, 39, 37.
Shea got a nice mid-range though.
Who?
Shea Gilgeous. He got an excellent mid-range.
How he do it? The nigga with the OKC?
Yeah. Yeah,
you see him wearing the plug. You see him wearing the plug right now. He let you know. He wearing the plug, the hat for it.
Yeah. I mean, I like Shea mid-range game, but I don't think he is as explosive as the guy. Like, I'm gonna be honest, we don't see no Jordan or Kobe's in today's game, yo.
No, that shit's over with.
It would have to be him.
Yeah, and he ain't as explosive as either one of them. He ain't finna go yoke on nobody like either one of them. You don't even see that level of aggression no more. So when people argue, they be like, these days that the players are more athletic, etc. I don't necessarily agree because they sit out too much and they don't even go to the hole like they used to. They just shoot threes, so we don't know what they can do.
Yep. Chris says, but also remember Penny had Shaq right out the gate. Very true. Grant Hill really didn't have a notable star on his roster.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. I think that level of grit also, sets up a player's legend. You know what I'm saying? Like how they were going to approach the game. You got those one or two plays that could have changed things, you know what I'm saying, for their entire legacy. The one or two moves that could have, personnel-wise, like Shaq being ran out of Orlando is crazy. Shaq should have never been let out of Orlando.
He got ran out of Orlando?
He got ran out of Orlando and LA.
Yep.
that was a personality thing. He couldn't share the spotlight. That was
Yeah, the one in Orlando, I was like, aside from, of course, Penny being injured or whatever, having his issues, but like running Shaq out of Orlando never made sense to me.
no, it didn't make sense. I didn't think Shaq should have left either location, but
Who was the coach at the time? Was it Van Exel? Van Horn? Was it?
which one and what was
Let me look at
Was it Van Gundy?
no, I want to say it was Brian Hill down there in Orlando when Shaq was down there first. Van Gundy came a little later. I want to say it was Brian Hill though.
Let me see here. Is Shaq coach in Orlando?
I know that motherfucker Phil Jackson said, I know how to deal with this shit.
Yeah, Phil knew how to deal with the egos.
It was Brian Hill.
Okay, it was Brian. I thought it was Brian Hill.
Yep. Yeah. The ego management was wild business, you know what I'm saying, back then.
Yeah, man. I think Shaq is the most dominant center we've ever seen, really, in terms of just skill set. But again, he couldn't share the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted to leave in each spot. You know what I'm saying? It was basically like, if he couldn't be the man, he was leaving.
Yep.
Why
Pretty much.
he wanted to be the man so bad?
What you said?
That's
probably because he was raised by a stepdaddy.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of that had to do with that because I mean, he would listen to him and respect him, but like, imagine if his biological father was in his life at that time, you know what I'm saying, in that position where his stepdad was.
Yeah, nigga be like, you be hearing these niggas talking, they be like, even that nigga Kwame Brown, mama's cooking. The nigga always talking about some mama's motherfucking cooking.
Yeah,
a lot of them mamas couldn't even cook. Man, look,
they can't now.
What happened?
While we talking about this, that's the key difference between the Kobe, the LeBron, and the Jordan. Jordan never had nobody else on the court that somebody double teamed. Kobe had somebody on the court that somebody double teamed. They always double teamed and triple teamed Shaq. LeBron played with somebody that somebody double teamed. Jordan never played with somebody that somebody double teamed. He was the guy that they double teamed.
They'll double team motherfucking Pippen.
They didn't double team Pippen. Pippen wasn't no threat like that.
You crazy as hell.
Pippen wasn't no threat like that, man. They didn't double team him. They never double teamed Pippen.
Well, nigga, man, look, we're gonna pull up some footage of this nigga, bro. That's all we gotta do. Hold up. We ain't saying Pippen ain't getting double teamed.
Pippen didn't get double teamed. Dominique Wilkins got double teamed. You know what I mean? Pippen, you gotta understand, Pippen was a hell of a Robin. He was never the Batman like that. They didn't fear Pippen like that. He was a hell of a goddamn Robin though.
Yeah, and them niggas had Tony Kukoc and everything.
Yeah, Kukoc was a good player. He was a damn good player. But he was a hell of a player even in Europe. So, you know what I'm saying? He a Hall of Famer based on what he did in all of basketball. Not necessarily what he did in Chicago, but just basketball, period.
Yeah, Kukoc was certified before he even he was already a threat. And they saw like all of the team overhauls too. That's a big factor in the conversation as well.
What you mean?
The way that they had to switch the way they played the game, you know what I'm saying? And being able to endure that transition. And then the other advantage too is that Kobe and MJ both had Phil Jackson.
Yeah. I mean, I think Phil was a more of an advantage. Yeah, you're right. Now that I think about it, because Phil had to teach Mike how to trust his teammates. He had to teach Kobe how to do the same thing. So you're right.
With Shaq.
Mm-hmm. But Phil also is responsible for kind of keeping Kobe because Phil was centering the offense around Shaq. If he hadn't, Kobe would have been, that's another thing about Kobe. He was held back for about 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
He didn't really get to open up for about 6 or 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then Kobe went through what? Dale, who was that coach that held him back?
Dale Harris.
Dale Harris, yeah.
Yeah, Dale Harris didn't want to play the young guys.
Mm-hmm. And of course, MJ was already seasoned and already had plenty of reps underneath his belt by the time that
Phil got there.
Yeah.
MJ had already pretty much,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when you think about somebody like Phil Jackson,
a GM that's also a head coach, it's like,
and he didn't want to coach LeBron.
No,
he didn't want to coach him. For whatever reason, he didn't want to coach him.
Phil Jackson didn't want to coach LeBron.
Mm-mm. I don't know what it was, but he didn't want to coach LeBron.
And Phil Jackson is still alive.
Mm-hmm. Pat Riley didn't want to coach him either. I don't know, what I'm saying? Like, because at one point in time when he was in Miami, they was talking about getting rid of Eric Spoelstra and bringing Pat Riley back, but Pat Riley didn't want to do it.
I said LeBron had wanted cookies and shit on the plane.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure LeBron is used to having his perks since he was in high school. The nigga been on ESPN. Shit, I'm sure he used to having his way. But when you talk about like Pat Riley, he done coached Kareem, Magic. That LeBron shit didn't really impress him like that.
He's like, you're another generational talent. You can go, you'll probably win a championship or whatever, but I don't have to have my legacy tied to you to still be
the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? By the time LeBron come around, he probably has more value in D Wade than he does LeBron, to be honest with you.
I wonder why he like going to these Hollywood locations. Like, why Miami? Why motherfucking LA? Like, damn, nigga.
Who that?
LeBron.
Big markets.
Big markets.
Saturations. He liked the attention.
Yeah, I mean, Cleveland a small market, whereas Chicago's a bigger market. So Mike could get people to come to Chicago, more willing to come to Chicago to play with him. But during that first three-peat, the only transplants that was in Chicago was Bill Cartwright and John Paxson. There wasn't no superstars down there with him outside of Scottie Pippen.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a second one. He had, a few of the older Detroit Pistons on there. Dennis Rodman was the biggest name. But when you think about, take somebody like Scottie Pippen. People don't understand. Michael Jordan had a lot to do with his development as a player.
Yep,
a lot to do.
That's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Horace Grant, Michael Jordan had a lot to do with his development as a player.
Yep.
So, when you look at that Bulls team that won that first three-peat, most of them people was drafted after Mike. He just led them to, you know what I'm saying? And then people will say, well, LeBron is the better player because when Mike went to play baseball, the Bulls won 55 games. That just means he made his team better. He really better. You know what I'm saying? That's all that means.
They was able to function
without him for a while. You know what I'm saying? That first year, they was better than that second year. But yeah, for a while, they was able to function without him. That means he made them better.
Mm-hmm. And it's not like the rest of the East wasn't competitive either at the time.
Oh, no. Mike and them had to play in a tough East, bro. You had that Knicks team, the Detroit team.
Pacers.
The Pacers was rough. I hate Larry Bird hurt his back in 91.
Mm-hmm.
Going into that season because we never got to see Larry Bird in a good team play Jordan in a good team. You know what I'm saying? But the East was tough. I mean, hell, even teams like Charlotte was good back then. You know what I'm saying? They had some back then in the East.
Shout out to Chris. Said that's true. The only other person was Pippen, but it was rare because he really wasn't a number one option. Like, nah. Pippen was there for defensive purposes, and
he was the ultimate complement player.
Yeah, he was an alternative scorer in the event that MJ didn't have the first look.
Yeah, I mean, Pippen he could do a lot of the things Jordan can do because he was very athletic just right off the bat. Pippen was an athletic dude coming into the league. He just heart. He didn't really understand how to really, he wasn't a cerebral player, so he had to be grown up in that way. But Pippen was a very good player, But I believe had Pippen not played on the same team as Jordan, the way we look at Pippen now, we would have been looking at Dominique Wilkins. Because Dominique was a better small forward than Scottie Pippen, but Pippen had the advantage of playing on championship teams, et cetera, et cetera. Plus, he kind of invented that point forward position.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that MJ might have revolutionized the play at that position. You know what I'm saying?
Because Pippen started off a guard. He just grew.
Yeah,
he grew to 6'7". But you think about like when you think about like the difference, like when you think about the Chicago Bulls, you think about Michael Jordan. Before Michael Jordan, the Bulls was a joke of a team. And they wasn't looked at like the Lakers or the Celtics.
They was doing cocaine and drinking beer.
Nobody was really checking for them like that.
Nope.
Once Jordan retired, you looked at the Bulls like you look at the Celtics and the Lakers and now the Spurs and you know what I'm saying, the Golden State Warriors. So he brought a respectability. Now, I will say, even if LeBron went to the finals 10 times and he won 4 in Cleveland, this is a different conversation.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he won 4 on the same squad. But
in Cleveland,
going to Miami and joining Dwayne Wade, that because if you the king, people come play with you. You don't go somewhere else. You dig what I'm saying? You the king. I believe Dwayne Wade had a lot to do with his growth, which is a good look. You know what I'm saying? But Dwayne Wade again had a father.
Yep.
LeBron didn't, so he had to teach LeBron certain things. Yeah, I believe if you put Kobe or Michael in the same position that you put LeBron in Miami, those dudes get 4 championships in a row. They don't walk 2 out of 4. I think they get 4 in a row.
I guess so. So let's explore that a little bit. Do you think MJ wins in Cleveland if he's a Cavalier?
At the time that LeBron came through?
Yeah. You put Jordan. You put Jordan on that team that got swept by the Spurs. Do they win? I'm talking about MJ.
I don't know if they win because the West was so much better than the East at that time. But I believe as weak as the East was at that time, I think Jordan could have did the same thing, led his team to the finals. But you've seen the difference between the East and West once they got to the finals.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? The West was just way stronger, fam.
Mm-hmm. And they were more. The San Antonio Spurs were well coached. Always have.
Way better coach. Way better coach. Ooh. And the thing about San Antonio, man, they always seem to have a superstar that we knew nothing about. Like, you know what I'm saying? We didn't really know that Ginobili or Tony Parker would come be who they were. We didn't know Kawhi Leonard would be who he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you talk about well coached, them dudes was really well coached. If you don't have the Spurs, hell, the Kobe them got 8 championships.
Yep.
The team that was in their way was the Spurs.
Yeah, it's like, and they've always been relevant. They've never not been relevant.
They're going to be relevant again this damn year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But overall, man, I just think within this conversation, I think you have Michael Jordan and then you got everybody else. Like he really don't belong in the conversation. He up there with Babe Ruth, Muhammad Ali, you know what I mean? Those kind of guys living and breathing. I think the only one that you can compare him to is Kobe. And I think Kobe is a few miles behind him, but he's the closest thing to it. I just think the difference is their heart. I don't think it's their skill set. I think the difference is their heart. And I think it does go back to that whole father thing.
Mm-hmm.
2 out of the 3 had fathers, and they were just dominant. They walked on the court with this dominant attitude. LeBron was more passive.
Yep, I agree with that. Shoot, it's like I looked up, like when the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, just for comparison's sake, and they were talking about there have been no quarterbacks that didn't have their fathers in the Super Bowl.
Mm.
And it goes down into another dynamic. I remember Deion Sanders saying he picks his defensive players from single mother homes because the players are angry and they need angry men on defense.
That makes a lot of sense because they're gonna play harder. They're gonna fight harder, trying to get their mama out of that condition. But there's also there are teams that won't pick you if you don't have a father at home because they know you're not gonna be coachable.
Yep.
You know,
that's where that phrase come from too. Coachable.
You got to be coachable. If this the first time you ever had a man in your face screaming, you probably ain't gonna take it well.
It's gonna be an issue.
Yeah, if you had a father, you're used to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so but that don't take away from who LeBron is. I mean, to be honest with you, if you just start talking LeBron, he got a hell of a stat. He got a hell of a career. He got a hell of a profile. It's just when you compare it to Jordan, that's when it started looking crazy. Outside of that, shit, you can't be mad at either career.
Yep, man. The I think the level of comparison though is a great icebreaker for how this conversation could go, because when we getting into the sports season, man, and it's gonna be a lot of discussion that I want to participate in, especially when it gets down to like the college football, pros, individuals, whatever. I'm not I think I'm more of just an overall sports fan when it comes to NFL football.
Okay.
And I don't have a specific team.
Okay. Who your all-time favorite running back?
All-time favorite running back?
Mm-hmm.
Roger Craig.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Okay. That's a nice pick.
Yeah. Running style, reliability, hands out of the backfield. You're not catching him. If he get next to you, forget about it. And he's always unsuspected. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a big difference in when they're going to hand the ball to Emmitt Smith. They're going to give the ball to Barry Sanders. But like when Roger Craig did get his touches, he'd always do something that the defense couldn't account for, like every time.
Okay.
Roger
Craig ain't no bad pick at all. I wasn't thinking about him, but he damn sure ain't no bad pick.
Yeah. And he had I think he was the first player I saw with 1,000 yards receiving and rushing in the same season. If I'm not mistaken, or something like that. I got to go back and look at that. But Roger Craig, though.
Them 49ers was rough. Them 49ers was rough.
49ers was rough. So,
Don Shula era, that's that bullshit.
Rough. In front.
Yeah.
I hated them, but they was rough.
Yeah. They whose tree was that? That was it wasn't the Mike Shula coaching tree. It was
Bill Walsh.
Yeah, Bill Walsh. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm. But Don Shula and them coached in the same era.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure, man. There was some dominant coaches, man, like across the board.
And that Bill Walsh, that's when the West Coast offense came out with them boy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It was just too much for any other team to try to scheme around. You know what I'm saying? But
they were stacked too. That team was stacked.
And that's what like the NBA and the NFL, they was so much more focused on the coach than the player.
Well, they get chances to coach your team up. If you know what I mean, if you had a young coach and your team was young, they gave you a couple years to, you know what I mean, develop your team back then. Now they just gonna fire the coach.
They're definitely gonna fire the coach. Yeah, you could tell
getting fired like a motherfucker.
You could tell when they gonna fire the coach. You could tell when the coach's tenure is the first option to be relieved. Because when they cut that nice size check for the top 2 or 3 players on the team, they want to keep the team together no matter who the coach is.
Oh yeah, them star players ain't leaving. Them coaches gone.
Yeah, unless you like a Popovich or some household name that's like in the top tier coaches or whatever.
Oh yeah, you got Bill Jackson or something. Because you see, they got rid of Thibodeau in New York, and hell, he took them to the East.
And it didn't even make sense. New York don't never make no smart decisions. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to anything,
I don't understand it.
Yeah, some of these organizations don't care about winning, bro. They just like performing. And if they get lucky and get there, then they happy.
York. when you a team like New York or the Dallas Cowboys, you make so much money regardless. You don't give a damn about no playoffs or championships. Them
Yeah,
dudes,
the ad money is crazy from other, you know what I'm saying, payouts and all that stuff too.
yeah, Dallas is the most profitable team of all teams in any sport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they fans. I feel like
Yeah.
the Dallas Cowboy fans and the damn Raider fans. This is the only time you see black and Mexicans come together.
When them damn Dodgers is playing too, goddamn it. When them motherfuckers playing, blacks and Mexicans is together.
But you ever seen Jerry's World, that stadium in Arlington?
I heard it was real fire though.
It's like an amusement park. Like
That's what we need to do. We need to get up and go to one of them damn games somewhere in somebody's city.
yeah, man,
I'm not going to no Dallas Cowboy goddamn stadium.
I ain't going to Dallas either. That's why I said somewhere in
I
somebody's.
hate them niggas I hate them niggas. I think Dallas Cowboy fans, they got personalities, bro.
Yeah,
Like there's certain teams that got certain personalities.
Yeah, Dallas
Like,
got the Lakers got a personality with their whole fan base. The Cowboys, the Yankees, it's certain teams that they got that fan base, bro. Dallas.
So what's the personality in LA? What's the personality of the fan?
They just want championships.
you mean in LA?
Yeah, Laker fans. I
think
like they supposed to play for the champions.
You can compare the Dallas Cowboys are the quintessential example of a bitch that used to be bad that ain't bad no more.
been washed up.
But you can't tell this bitch that she's not bad.
Yeah, I know a lot of bitches like that too.
She was prom queen back in 1988, and this bitch ain't let it go.
Now she the prime fame.
High school.
Dallas got that. Yeah, they definitely got that fan base, bro.
Southern LA is always like if it ain't top tier, it ain't shit.
Exactly.
You know, that's in LA. LA is like
They
shit,
like
man.
They like the Yankees. Only a penny.
They're the hustlers.
Yeah, I think LA's fan base is loyal to the Lakers. Number one, the Lakers, they love the Lakers. They love the Dodgers.
Definitely.
Okay. Their allegiance to a football team, because I remember when the LA Rams were there. You know,
I remember when the Raiders was there. They loved the Raiders when they was there.
But if they loved them so much, how come they weren't able to keep them? So
because niggas too much. Nigga, if you go out to LA, nigga, you try to buy a centimeter of land, that shit gonna be $400,000.
Not to mention if you in LA to have a sports team, you better have some stars because ain't nobody come to see your ass if you ain't got no stars in LA.
And that's what I was about to say. It's kind of plastic. You know what I'm saying?
Stars on the team, your shit. They got too much other shit they can do out there.
Yeah.
They don't give a damn about no. You got to have stars. That's why Jerry Buss was trying to get celebrities in the front row and shit to the games, and he was always paying top dollar to keep stars out there because he knew if you ain't got no stars, ain't nobody coming to this shit.
Yep, for real. Because they know
like that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, ain't nobody going to no Hawks game unless LeBron coming to town, Steph coming to town, because Atlanta need a superstar.
Yeah,
nigga, going to the Hawk game to go see motherfucking Sexy Red and Boosie.
Yeah, you trying to see perform after the show and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, them niggas go to them games these days. Them motherfuckers in premier cities, rappers, everybody is going to these games. They on the front row.
No doubt.
Yep. The optics is what sell. And you only have to have no real interaction with them. As long as they're there, that's good enough. It's like being courtside, or ringside at you know what I'm saying, in a boxing event. When you start seeing who's sitting around the boxing ring, 6 rows deep, that level of optics keeps you in the media that much longer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, shit, if you think about it, like if there's a rapper from that city, nigga, they at that motherfucking game.
Yep.
Yeah. Especially if it's an important game. A lot of times sometimes they'll skip over that motherfucker they ain't playing nobody. But if they playing somebody, them motherfuckers is there.
Oh, here in Phoenix, shit, nigga, if you ain't going to the Suns game,
What you doing?
Eating at that little motherfucking buffet, nigga, in the little tunnel, nigga. What you doing?
That we need to do. We need to go out to Phoenix and catch a Suns game. They probably gonna be the cheapest tickets. Nah,
Man, I got a partner. He got all the season tickets, and he get to eat at the bar and shit. You know, we went down into the damn bar, went in that motherfucker, all the buffet and everything in that motherfucker is free because you got the little motherfucking badge.
Yeah, that's how I want.
Nigga, that shit lit, man. You know, there's niggas out here, the key players in every city got them some goddamn tickets to something.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, fellas, we're gonna get ready to wrap up. We gotta leave with a closing statement before we get up out of here. Let me give you the floor.
Thank y'all for joining, man. I appreciate y'all, man. It's your boy Don Trey. Y'all have a good, happy Saturday, and we'll tap in with y'all in the group.
Yes, sir.
Okay. No doubt. I definitely appreciate y'all for tapping in. Those who have tapped in, you know, you can follow me on any social media at Kieaun. That's K-I-E-A-U-N. Get it right. K-I-E-A-U-N. Get it right. Don't matter what platform you're on. You can follow me on any one of them. And I just appreciate y'all for tapping in, you know, holding court.
Bet. Look, man, it's been another amazing show. And for the rest of you guys, you know where you can find me. All right, folks. Appreciate you sticking with me to the end. This has been another episode of Beyond the Algorithm. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Go get the book. And most importantly, I will see you beyond the algorithm. That's when life actually happens.